was unsure if I can go live. I guess I can. It's been a long time since I went live. Last time I went live was back when it was like okay to have a certain amount of subscribers and you could still go live. And then I know they did some changes on their lives and what was required. So yeah, right now I'm basically just taking my hair down. See that over there. I think it'd kind of be cool to go live and build subscribers more often. Um, so that's basically the gist of this. So I can turn off some light. Give me 1 second to do that. Okay. Kind of glad that it went live. I didn't know it was going to go live, honestly. Um, I did a chip tasting party with the new Lay's, well, not new, but with the Lay's potato chips from the Asian grocery store. It's a Chinese grocery store. And I wanted to film it, but one of the guests, she was like, if there's a camera on, I'm going to freeze up. So I was like, okay, fine. Even if the camera wasn't on her, she didn't want there to be a recording really. So I just respected that. But I might do another chip tasting just for like the camera, which would be kind of cool. And then I might also take the time to make more lives daily. Like, I don't really know what all I will be doing. I don't have an exciting life. I'm not really a person that goes out a whole lot. Like I did when I was in college, but that was a long time ago in a sense. I'm gonna see if I can get some people in. Let's see what I can do to get some. I'm not really signed in on anything, I don't think. I gotta work on signing in on apps. Yeah, I used to be logged into Facebook. I don't know if I am anymore. Let's see if I can log in. I have no idea what the password is. I don't know. I know I changed the password. If you had my love. Okay, forget it. I don't want to like lock myself out or something retarded. How do I? Okay, finally. And if somehow you knew that your love would be untrue. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna post it on Facebook. Might get some views, might not. Okay. Oh, I posted that on Facebook. I might post on it. I might post it on LinkedIn. I don't know. So anyway, as some people know, we had those fires in the wintertime in Eaton, the Eaton fire, as well as the Palisades fire. But I live right next to the Eaton fire. So yeah, I could like literally look out my window, see it. My car was covered in smoke. Um, I mean, not smoke, it was covered in ashes. So I had to clean all the ashes off. But I do have environmental illness. So I was not able to like go out when it was on fire. I literally just, I had to wait until the fire was gone. And um, to wait till the fire was gone. um, but during the fires, I had someone else like help get groceries and stuff like that because like the fires had my face all swollen up and scarred up really bad, which I shared some of those photos on Facebook. But if you can tell, I still have some scars on my forehead. It doesn't look too bad, but I'm hoping that they go away soon because it's been about 6 months. Sometimes it takes 6 months for my skin to recover, and then sometimes it takes longer. I know back in 2022, I think I would try to do like Uber Eats, and the and I was allergic to the environment because of the car smog. So unfortunately, with all of that, the exhaust from the vehicles, I had to stop doing Uber Eats. because like half of my body was covered in hives and scars because of the environmental illness from the exhaust from other cars, as well as like secondhand smoke and things that were out there in the air that I had no idea I was going to be reacting to. So with that, I had to stop doing the Uber Eats and stuff like that, which was Grubhub mostly. I think I did Grubhub mostly. But it took my skin like 6 months to heal, and sometimes when it gets really bad, it is like really really bad. Like someone who has what is that called? Where people get like the really bad skin, leprosy. It's similar to like somebody with leprosy or something because it's not pretty at all. So then I have to like get a whole bunch of dermatology prescriptions and stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, that time it took 6 months to heal. And then this time it's taking longer than 6 months after the fires. It's taking longer than 6 months to heal. So I'm just waiting for it to finish healing. But I do have like a whole bunch of like topical prescriptions from the dermatologist. We actually switched products a lot because like when you use skincare products, sometimes your skin just gets used to it or whatever. So it doesn't even work anymore. So I go through that a lot. And then also I'm allergic to metal. I have a systemic nickel allergy. So with the nickel, I actually will get more skin problems, like more skin hives and stuff like that, and that'll cause my skin to get more scars. Um, so I had to be careful with what products I'm using because, like, so many products actually have nickel and aluminum in them, as well as other metals. And if you have a systemic nickel intolerance, then you end up with allergies to like or sensitivities to other metal products just because the nickel tends to be mixed in with other metals, even if it's not on the ingredient list. So that's been a big one for me, unfortunately. Um, I have had some success with some products though. Some of them just didn't work at all. Especially when my PCP, which is the primary care, when they were prescribing some products, most of those did not work. It wasn't until I had to switch to dermatology to start getting better skincare products. Um, with dermatology products, though, a lot of them do like affect, like some of them are like working on your immune system from the outside. So, say like if you have an autoimmune condition or you have whatever, it tries to. Some of those topical products are supposed to help with like some actual systemic illnesses. So you do kind of have to be careful with those too, but not as much as if you're doing ingested products, because like when you take pills, those things are really in your system working quicker. But when you take the topical products, it's kind of like your skin is absorbing it, and based on that absorption is what you'll receive. Some people don't absorb as well as others. Um, I'm not quite sure to what extent I absorb products. I know I have like super duper dry skin. So sometimes when I use products, they just make my skin more dry, and I don't know if that means they're absorbing them or not. Um, but they do tend to work, I guess, to some extent because like I was looking really, really bad after the fires. Um, but luckily they are working. They're just kind of slower than I would like them to be. Um, but I can tell the difference, like especially when it's really bad. Sometimes it's like big areas affected, big scars, and that of course does not help with self-esteem at all. And I don't wear makeup anymore. I used to be a makeup artist. Um, I used to do makeup like every day, wear makeup every day. Not anymore. I only wear makeup if it is required. By required, I mean like I work on television sets or film sets when I do that kind of thing, and they have to require that I have makeup on. Then I'll wear makeup, but most of the time, I just did I don't really do it anymore, but I used to do like extra work or whatever. And if you do that, you don't really have to wear makeup. Sometimes they try to make you wear makeup, but yeah, there's ways to like not. It has to be really required, like a period piece. If it's a period piece, then yes. If it's not a period piece, then no, I won't wear it. Some commercials, they'll try to make you wear makeup. I don't really remember if I wore makeup the last commercial that I did. I know like they were requiring that I cut my nails, and I'm not really sure why they wanted me to cut my nails. Because like nails are natural, and they were like, it was an 80s piece. So they were like, in the 80s, people didn't have long nails. And I don't wear extensions, it was just my natural nails. So I was like, that is so goofy. There is no way that people didn't just have natural nails. Like, they're not that long. But they were like, it was one person in particular, like really tripping on it. And she was like, you need to file your nails down. And I wasn't going to. And then she tried to get like other people to like get on her team, like, yeah, you need to file your nails down. I'm like, what? For an 80s commercial, no one's staring at hands unless it's a hand commercial. And this was not a hands commercial. Unless it's a hands commercial, meaning like it's literally hands on the screen, like maybe a lotion commercial where they're like hands. Like, unless it's a hands commercial where they're really showing hands, no one's looking at hands. So, yeah. That was like one of the only times that I remember during a commercial where they were trying to enforce me to like do something makeup wise. Um, Another commercial that I did, I don't think I wore makeup for that commercial. It was like the Super Bowl or something. But yeah, it was very like natural. I don't know. I don't really remember at all having anything on my face. I remember my hair was natural. I just had it pulled back in a bun. And then I was wearing my own clothes. I had on my own jacket, my own jeans, my own t shirt, or it was a blouse. I don't even think I have that blouse anymore. The blouse might have been theirs because I'm like, I don't think I ever had that blouse. The jeans and the jacket were mine, but I think the blouse was theirs. It was a green, dark. It was like a maybe a pine. It was kind of like olivey, but it was dark like pine. Green shirt, and it matched the jacket really well. The jacket was white and yellow and green. Like with the green was the leaves because it was like a flower print jacket. So that's probably why they gave me that shirt to put with the jacket because it really matched well. But I don't think that the shirt was mine. The shoes were probably mine. I think they were just regular pump, like stilettos. I have no idea what that commercial was about. It's funny. I did make residuals from it though. But yeah, what was the commercial about? I don't know. And then I think it was also a short day, like 1 day shoot for that commercial. I think the 80s commercial was also a 1 day shoot. I don't necessarily remember. I'm taking out my hair dry. It has gel in it, homemade gel, flaxseed gel. I usually make a gel with rice. I soak the rice overnight and then I boil the rice until it turns into like a porridge, but a really watery porridge so that the water's super starchy. And then I put in some coffee because caffeine's good for your circulation. And then I'll put in the flaxseed very last, well, in the pot very last. It'll already be boiling. I'll add the flaxseed in. And then once it thickens, I strain it. And I usually have to strain it like more than once because um, it depends on the coffee. So if the coffee is ground coffee, and if I don't use like coffee strainers, then I have to strain the coffee multiple times to make sure that no coffee's in the hair product. And then the rice is pretty easy to strain. That's never really a problem, as well as the flaxseed. Unless it is ground flaxseed, which is like, don't highly not recommended by me because ground flaxseed is harder to strain than ground coffee. Coffee's hard, like coffee doesn't really get soft. Um, the flaxseed does get soft, like the casing and all of that. So it makes it kind of harder to strain. But yeah, anyway, once it's strained, I usually then put it through like a cheesecloth and strain it again, and that usually kind of breaks it down where it's not as hard of a gel. It's more like a mousse gel, and then I'll add some oils and stuff to it, but not a whole lot because you don't want too much oil in your hair. You want your hair to breathe, and oil kind of, I think oil kind of blocks the hair strands from breathing. So I noticed that my hair does better without oil, unless it's like a really light oil. Right now, I'm just trying to get my subscribers list up. I do, I don't know. I'll have to figure out what kind of videos I'm going to make, especially if they're not pre produced. Like, I believe in like production, writing a script. Um, that's a little more, I don't know. I'm kind of like a structured person. So, like, when I think of making videos, it's always like writing a script, producing the script, filming the script, that type of thing. Um, but I used to make videos online all the time, but they used to be like just short videos. I do want to try to get back into the video making, especially for like YouTube. Not really sure about other social medias yet. Uh, for like, I don't know, YouTube just seems. I wish that I would kept doing YouTubes, but I didn't. Ah, got a little bit of knots. I don't really like to pull the knots out. I usually twist my hair where it doesn't knot, but I've had these in my hair for 2 weeks. So they're a bit tangled. I think it would be okay, that was only like one knot, but I'm making a big deal out of it, I guess. Um yeah. I'll say I'm making a big deal out of it, and it's not necessary to make a big deal out of that one knot. But I will say, just in a normal case, moisturizing before undoing my hair would usually keep it from having any tangles. But right now, I'm not really detangling it. I'm just unraveling it because it's in twists. Usually I wet my hair daily. Water. Or I'll add the gel, depending. I don't do gel every day because then that will cake your hair up. But I usually add water every day, which kind of dilutes the gel, but it keeps the hair loose and kind of keeps it from tangling up. So, but right now, since I'm detangling it dry, I feel like it's getting pretty tangled. So I might need to put some water in it. I think it will unravel better if I put water because the gel that isn't still in my hair is kind of hard. So I think that's why it's kind of sticking together when I'm trying to take it out. But I'll see how many of these I can get out. I'm gonna tell some more people to subscribe. Not her. To be honest, I don't talk a lot on a normal daily basis. So, I'm not sure exactly what I will be talking about, but I think maybe it might be more like I'll film stuff while I'm out, maybe at the grocery store or something. Trying new things 'cause I like to try new stuff. Um, what else? Maybe like different adventures. I like to see new things as well. I do have environmental illness, which makes things a lot harder than they used to be before my illness got worse. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It might just be just might just be me doing nothing really. That's kind of funny. Like, I wonder if people have videos of them doing nothing really. I don't. I've never seen them. And then I'm not sure how long YouTube Live allows you to be live for. It's something I should look up. You can technically stay live on YouTube indefinitely. Oh wow. Who knew? It says the longest live stream recorded was 624 hours, 37 minutes, and 55 seconds, setting a Guinness World Record. No time limit for streaming. YouTube doesn't have a built-in timer limit for live streaming. You can start a stream and let it run as long as you want. Cool. 12-hour auto archive limit. However, if you want your streams to be automatically archived and made available for later viewing, it needs to be 12 hours or shorter. I had one video, I think it was like 57 minutes long, where I was like rolling my hair in these big rollers. And it's still like in an archive, but I can't upload it. It was one of those videos that like I tried to upload after it was live and it got stuck or whatever. But then like it's still like I can still see it. Like it's still there, but I can't upload it. Like the upload messed up or whatever. Kind of weird. Anyway, I don't know. I might keep it live all day and just keep trying to get 1,000 subscribers. That would be kind of fun, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I might just go back live tomorrow when I'm washing my hair. No, I'm not going to wash my hair today. I'm not going to wash my hair today. I'm going to make hair gel today. And then I'll wash it tomorrow. I usually wash my hair once a week because of my hair type. I can't. I tried I tried twice a week and I could not tolerate it. I'll be right back. I need to plug something. One of the things I play a lot is Pokemon Go. Well, not a lot, not as much as I used to. I used to play Pokemon Go like all day long. Now I play it like a few times a day, maybe less, maybe once a day, maybe just when I'm out. I try to play once a day. For a moment, I wasn't playing at all, really, just like once a day. Um, there was never a time when I didn't really play Pokemon Go because I like Pokemon Go. It's like the only game I play because it's the artificial reality. It's just something I can just get on and play whenever, really. Um, Dang, this one just feels so tangled. I should have got some water when I got up. Let me get some water because I don't pull out my hair. That's one thing. Let's see. How should I adjust this camera? That looks better to me. I don't know if it looks better on the other side, but it looks better to me. Like the lighting looks better. So I think I'll keep it like that. Oops. Okay. I don't know. Whatever. All right, I did get a little bit of water. Wet my hands so it's not as hard. I don't know if it's better to just do like a long live stream or if it's better to do a bunch of little videos. I'm kind of thinking just a long live stream, but we'll see. I'm not sure. This one's really tangled up. I feel like this is one that I've redone a few times, so I'm not sure why it's tangled. One of the reasons I don't talk a lot though is because I'm allergic to things in the air that I can't control. So it starts to make my throat sound like a horse or sound hoarse. Someone says hello, hello. If that person's still here. I am literally just on live. I'm trying to build subscribers. So I can make better content eventually. Oh, okay. Hi. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm just taking my hair down, trying to build subscribers. That's all. I'm not talking about anything special. So I'm just wetting my hair to help it not be tangled. It's a gel that I use causes my hair to get hard. But when it's wet, it actually is not too bad. Like I can re-wet my hair daily just to like loosen it up every day. And it also helps like dilute some of the gel. But since I've had this hairstyle for 2 weeks, it's kind of tangled. Yeah. I'm kind of used to my hair. I actually style it enough to be used to it. I've been doing my hair since I was like 12, I think. So eventually you get used to your hair type. If you have coarse, curly hair. But yeah, right now it's giving me a tough time. I feel like if I soaked it, like if I drenched it in water, it would do better. But because it's coily hair, it is easy to tangle. I think the more that I go live, the more I'll get used to being on camera again. I used to get on camera a lot, especially when I was in college. I was always on social media filming something. And then I just like took a long break from filming, like years. And now it's like I feel awkward on camera again. So I got to get used to the camera. It's like for some reason, some of my ends got tangled. I tried to keep them from tangling, but yeah, they're pretty, they got tangled this time. No, I am not live on multiple platforms. I'm only live on YouTube right now because I'm trying to get my subscriber numbers up. I want to start doing more lives, but I'm just like easing my way back into using social media more regularly. I feel like I'm not used to it anymore. I used to use social media all the time. So currently I'm just on YouTube live. Yeah, thank you. I got 300, I think back in like 2018. I was more actively trying to get subscribers at that time because I wanted to start doing lives. And then YouTube at that time, they changed it. Like once I hit the number to get live streams, they changed it to 1,000 subscribers. So then I wasn't able to do the live streams anymore. So then I stopped focusing on it, and I started focusing on something else, which I don't even know what it was. I think I was focusing on working on television sets. Um, so I was doing like a lot of behind the scenes or background work. Oh, really? Okay. It's harder to do 0 to 1,000. I wonder why. Probably because you start to get into a rhythm. Like you start to get used to being on social media. Once you get like 1,000 people, people start to recognize you and share your content, maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully. I don't know. Like I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to definitely try to do more lives. Okay. I didn't really watch Mr. Beast grow up. The one that I seen grow up from like little to a bunch of subscribers is Jay Stu. They did really well, but they filmed every single day. They did vlogs every day. And they started doing it like in 2014 or maybe before that, 2011 or something. And now they have like 8 million subscribers. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I probably need to like really put in like 2 years of videos, just constant streaming and build, and I'll get my I'll get more subscribers. I mean I can definitely do that. I think I'll make it a goal to have videos every day. Um, I don't know. I might do more live streams just because it's easier. Like live streaming, I can just sit here and just film whatever. Like I could be washing the dishes or something. I don't know what I'm gonna film, honestly. But I think just doing this every day will definitely help. Um, I do want to start writing more, like actually finishing scripts. I have a lot of scripts that I start writing the beginning of the script and I don't finish the script. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that too. Look for more ideas on the internet too, as well. Um, I'm not a big gamer, but I was thinking of maybe doing a few games on here, maybe. Yeah. Okay. I can definitely do like some interior design or something. I know there's a lot of people who make videos cleaning, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. Probably be during lives. Like it's easier to do those things during live streams than to like upload. I do want to plan out, have some planned stuff too, not just live streams. That'll definitely take a little more structure, but I think that I can definitely live stream when I'm out at events. That'll be fun. The content that I really like are build challenges. Like I watch Jay Stu a lot, and they're like a few guys actually now. They used to be two guys who just do challenges, challenge each other, budget challenges, building campfires or whatever. That was really fun. Yeah, I agree. Don't treat it like a job. I agree. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what would I do that's just fun? I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably gonna do a lot of just lives like this. Like tomorrow, I might do one doing my hair because I need to wash my hair tomorrow. Um, I might do the one showing how to make the hair products that I put in my hair. I'm definitely gonna start off simple because it's easy to get used to the camera that way. not sure how long it's gonna take me to get my hair untwisted. Probably gonna be like 2 hours or 3 hours. It's been an hour so far. If I take it down weekly, it's easier. It's gonna be less tangled. But I waited 2 weeks this time, so it's like really tangled right now. Yes, I am from the US. I'm guessing you can tell from my accent. Even though I don't think I look like I'm from another country, really. I look like a black US person, right? No problem. I'm from the US. Do you have any questions about the US? Yeah, that's interesting that it's all over the media. Of course, I don't really have a lot of commentary about like the politics because I don't know, like US, like we are very surrounded around politics, obviously. So it's like either you really get into it or either you ignore it. And I know, like they say, if you can ignore it, you're privileged or whatever. But there's actually a lot of people who don't pay attention to politics here. Like I pay attention, but I don't like invest a lot of time in it because like it gets overwhelming. Like if you really live and focus on the television that's news, the media all the time, then you start to feel like overwhelmed or like everything's a threat and then like nobody really wants to feel threatened by like politics and media all the time. But like I don't know if it's like that in other countries, but the US, our media makes it sound like the world is ending every single day. Like there's violence every single day. Like they're just it just makes it the world sound like a really bad place. And I don't believe that the world is a really bad place. I think the media just portrays the world to be a bad place. So it's kind of hard to really like grasp that. Like I don't follow the media a whole lot just because of that. Like you'll feel like you're on edge every single day and I don't want to feel like that. Yeah, it's the purpose of the media, and that's so unfortunate because I actually went to college for media, and when I went to college, at first I was like, I didn't go because I wanted to be a news reporter. I went because I was a writer, and I love writing, but I like writing like fiction or things that make people think in a trivial way, like mystery or whatever. So once I had to start learning about media because that's what I went to school for. But it was like the news side of media. I was just like, it was so overwhelming because of that. Like they want you to portray the world like it's a calamity every single day. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do the news. I'm not gonna be a news reporter. I am not. I started focusing on like other parts of media, like advertising, branding, content creation, or whatever. Just because it's it's more peace of mind if you get to focus on your own version of media rather than the mainstream media that's always polluting the airwaves. I guess. I guess. I mean, yeah. I would love for I don't know. I'm trying to think like if I do pay attention to media, what kind of media is it? Um, I like to hear about the events. So that would be more of the rainbow type of thing. Like if something's going on at the zoo, I like to hear about that kind of news. What parades are happening, who's performing at the theater or whatever. Like that stuff entertains me. So I do pay attention to that news more. When it comes to like the dramatic media, like what's going on now, I mostly just read about it. I don't watch the news. I'll look at an article and see what the article's saying, and then I might look at an opposing view because I like to see both sides. Because the U.S. has the Republican versus the Democrats all the time, so I'll look at both views instead of just forming one opinion. Because I don't think one opinion's always right. I think you have to hear both sides so that you can form your own opinion. So I'll usually look at both sides of the story and in an article format, and then I kind of just leave it up to from there. I'll see like current events from the internet, of course, like social media. People are always posting current events, so I'll see that type of thing. But I don't watch the news. The news will repeat and repeat itself. Yeah, one side can manipulate you. And I feel like people who only want to do one side, I don't really understand that. I don't understand why you only want to see one side or hear one side. Like I feel like you should analyze it and be able to create your own opinion. Cuz I don't think either side is 100% right. There is wrong. There are things that are absolutely wrong and absolutely right, but it's not one side isn't going to hold all of that. I will say, like, I am actually very close to where all that stuff is happening. Um, I went out yesterday and I saw a bunch of highway patrol cars. Highway patrol is like the county, not the county, is the state. So I think that was probably some of like the whole National Guard thing, but it was a whole bunch of highway patrol cars, and that's owned by the highway is the state, I believe. And that's what the governor is over the state, and he's fighting the president for control of that because the whole baffle that's going on. But that's the most I've seen from my view was when I went out and saw a bunch of not national highway patrols. What would they call it in France? I'm not completely familiar with France. I know here if it gets out of control, they call it a riot. And then they call it a protest when it's more peaceful. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't think we've had any farmer protests in not in the 2000s. Yeah, I understand. It was a farmers' protest in France. Oh, I remember. I think it was in the state of Oklahoma. There were some protesters blocking the freeway, and then a bunch of cars were trying to like run the cars that were blocking the. No, it was a bunch of people. It was physical people in the highway. The highway's the fast roads. There was a bunch of people blocking the highway with their body, and then some of the country people who are against protesters were trying to drive their cars into the crowds of people. Oh wow, yeah, that's oil is power. It's like when you stop oil, you stop the world. Yeah, I know in the U.S. the protest that did I would say did the most damage or was the quickest to get over was when the Teamsters, which is a union for the truck drivers, the big trucks that drive from state to state delivering food or delivering goods. Those the truckers protested, and then that one was a big effect. Like that one ended pretty quickly because they wanted. It was about the COVID shots. They were trying to force the truckers to get shots during the COVID-19 and the so the COVID so the truckers were protesting because They didn't want to have to get the shots just to work and deliver goods from state to state. So they actually got what they wanted though. That one was the quickest because they're basically the voice for manufacturing in the US. Like if you want goods to get across, trade to get across, they have to rely on those truckers. So the truckers got what they wanted in that protest. This hair is pretty tangled. I would say besides the politics, people in the US are pretty much good people, most of them, you know. Most people are just working, getting by day to day. Yeah, most Americans just want to have a good time. We just want to be happy, you know, make money, live the middle class life. What happened in the Balkans? I'm not familiar with that one either. Like I feel like I heard someone say that type of thing. Oh, yeah. Luckily, every state in the US does not hate the other state. We're all just like one big country. And also, like the US doesn't hate Europe. Like, I feel like Europe and the US get along really well. Um, your US and Canada get along pretty well for the most part. Mm. If you say so. I think it'd be kind of cool if YouTube had like where you can do live streams with other YouTubers. I don't know if that's an option. I know it's an option on like Instagram where you can invite people in, have a conversation. Thank you for the like. YouTube stole so much from TikTok. Oh yeah, like the shorts. I know the shorts are definitely Instagram has shorts too now. Or reels. They're not shorts, they're reels on Instagram. I'm guessing it's like the same thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's true. And now there's a new social media platform called Trinity. I'm guessing they're going to copy TikTok as well. If they do well, I don't know if they're going to do well or not. But I think YouTube would do well. Yes, you can ask a question. I think YouTube would do well if it did like Instagram and had people share lives, like where you can invite someone to your live and it shows on their page too. I think YouTube would do well with that. What is my opinion of Islam? Um, the gist of Islam is monotheism. I think that monotheism is good. Monotheism is when you believe in one God. Um, God is just one, and I think that belief makes Islam very concrete in a belief, Whereas some religions don't have monotheism or claim that they have monotheism and they don't actually use monotheism. Um, so I actually have Muslim family members and I have Christian family members. I think that religion isn't the person. People tend to take religion and use it to control the masses like politicians do. Um, so when it comes to the core of a religion, I think that Christianity and both Islam and Christianity have a similarity in both being a foundation of monotheism, which is one God. However, modern day Christianity, I don't think they really use monotheism anymore because they worship the Holy Spirit and they worship Jesus and they worship God. And if you just were a monotheist, which was the base of Christianity, then you would only worship God. You wouldn't worship Jesus. You wouldn't worship the Holy Spirit and all these other things, the Holy Trinity. Whereas Islam does not have the Trinity. It still has those characters. It still has Jesus. It still has the Holy Spirit. It still has Mary in Islam as history, but not as gods. So I don't have a dislike for Islam at all. So yeah, there is so much Islamophobia growing lately. Christians and Muslims worship one same God, though. Just the commentary is different. Yeah. I think the biggest difference with Christianity and Islam is the monotheism part. Some Christians believe, like there's it's kind of crazy, but that's a part of religion. Religion is what people make it at the end of the day. There's the base of the religion and then there's what people make it. So some Christians believe in prophets and some Christians don't believe in prophets. So like for some Christians, if you say Jesus is a prophet, they get upset. And some Christians, if you say Jesus is a prophet, they agree with that. So it's kind of interesting on that part. But the history of both religions is the same. So when it comes to like Islamophobia, I think it's more ignorance than reality. Like I think it's just an unknown. I think that people don't understand it. So I think I don't really know, like I can't back Islamophobia because I don't know why people have Islamophobia. But I do know it's more ignorance that causes Islamophobia. Yeah. So I think when it comes to terrorism, that's politics. It's not religion. I think that's where a lot of that does get confused. Like the whole terrorism, the war, that's war. Terrorism is war. So I think that's where people get confused because it's not religion anymore. Yeah, that's what I'm saying as well. It's terrorism is an act of war, it's not religion. So I don't know. Like if I think about Islam and Christianity and Judaism are all based off of the Ten Commandments, right? Like we started with thou shall not kill, thou shall not, whatever the Ten Commandments are. I don't remember them anymore. But it's basically commandments of morality, like things that make you just to your neighbor, just to each other, treating your brothers and sisters and neighbors and those afar correctly. I think that's where like the Ten Commandments come in. And at the end of the day, when it comes to war has totally dismissed the Ten Commandments. War ignores the Ten Commandments because, like, if you're killing your foreign countries or whoever, your neighboring country, to take their land, then you already are no longer following the Ten Commandments. So yeah, I do agree that you can't blame a religion for war. Because if religion is about monotheism, it's about worshiping God and loving God and believing in God, then it wouldn't be about war because God is known to be the oft forgiving, most merciful. And if we're supposed to act in the way of God, then we should also be oft forgiving and most merciful to each other. Yeah, that's what politicians do. Politicians use religion to control the masses. It's a way to control. You're controlling your neighbor, you're controlling the community, you're controlling the foreign communities through religion. That's politics. And that's where war and terror come in. Politics. It excludes religion, but it uses religion as a crutch because it knows it can't control people based on their belief in religion. And politics is money. I'm not sure if I I'm not sure if I made complete sense, but I made sense in my head. And I would say in the US it's a lot of all religions. All religious people are here. And for the most part, all religious people in the US can live amongst each other. Except when it's used for political gain. I know in the US, a lot of like religious talk, like if it's amongst like celebrities, if they're trying to make a opinion that doesn't fit like the structure that politics want them to abide by, a lot of times that they get canceled. So because it's definitely a political game here to have a certain mindset in the religious realm. And then in Los Angeles, I feel like atheism does really well. It's very big in Los Angeles. I feel like I don't know like where else is really big. I read that it's really big in Russia. I read that the Russian government is atheist. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I read. In California, I feel like majority, like government wise, is going to be lean toward atheism, but it's also going to be a lot of Jews as well because Hollywood was built by the Jewish community. But a lot of their kids are atheists in Los Angeles. I don't know about New York. New York has a big Jewish community, but I don't know if it's atheism there. In California, they're Jewish by blood, but not by belief. Like not in religious way, just by blood. Yeah, I'm not completely familiar. I just know like what the kids do here. People my age, they're a lot wilder. They're on the wild side of life. Um, they don't really have religious structure in Los Angeles, but they still own Hollywood for sure. I do. I wonder why you asked about Islamophobia. I don't think Islamophobia is big in the western part of the U.S. I know there are some states that might have Islamophobia. There might be some classes of people who have Islamophobia, but I feel like for the most part, it's not like people versus people on a political media level. It might be some Islamophobia, but people versus people, like on the street, in the stores, you don't really see it that much. Oh, it's bigger in Europe. Okay. Well, I guess it's also like America has the freedom of religion. Like we were kind of built on freedom of religion. I know, like America definitely, like political wise, they definitely lean on Christianity more. But like, I guess human to human in a personal space, It's a lot of everybody mixed in. Like we have Hindu, we have um, Islam, we have Christianity, we have Judaism, we have Buddhism, we have atheists, obviously. I don't even know what other religions are out there. It's a lot of Buddhists, though. Even like um, Irish Buddhists, Black Buddhists. It's a lot of people who are Buddhist in America. I'm not really sure why, but not in politics. In politics, you're going to see like Christianity being pushed. One of my favorite plays, musical theater, is The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is about religion being pushed, Christianity being pushed in France. But it's a really, for me, it's a really touching play because I come from some super religious people. My family is either super Christian or super Muslim. Um, so I have to deal with that on both sides. So when I watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame and watch how Frollo is like so adamant about religion and conforming people in his town of France to his religion, I can relate to that because it's something that I had to deal with my whole life, dealing with people who are um, very religious on both sides. And then when I was in college, there were people who were super religious in the Orthodox Jew section too. So it's like I had to see all three. I've seen all three super religious groups. I feel like as an adult, though, I see way more atheists in California. Well, it's kind of because the Jewish kids are atheists, a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And in Los Angeles are. I would say religion depends on the person, on the individual, on the family, on the neighborhood. On the era where the depending on the politics. Of course, like we've had some really extreme politics where that did cause homophobia. I mean, not homophobia, Islamophobia. Um, like 9/11, that was a big one that caused Islamophobia. Um, I feel like before that, it was really it seemed peaceful, like between Muslims and Christians, but I'm not sure. It seemed like it to me where I was at. It seemed very calm,
harmonious. And then once 9/11 hit, it was no longer. There was a lot of Islamophobia at that time. But now I feel like we're in a pretty good state in the U.S. where it's a little more harmonious between the religions. Um, right now in the U.S., they're more picking on immigration problems than religion problems, which is, I don't know if that's good or bad. Um, I know it's threatening a lot of people, and that's not good. A lot of families, nobody wants to see families being broken up. But I don't know how different that is compared to other countries. Like, I'm pretty sure other countries tackle immigration in their own way. So, yeah, that's just immigration. They're trying to tackle illegal immigration, which I feel like most countries tackle that issue. Maybe the US was too lenient at some point. I'm not exactly sure how to I haven't fully formed an opinion on it because there's so many emotions involved in that. Like, I get it in a political sense. It makes sense to tackle um, immigration policies to make sure that those are followed. But then in a non-political sense, it's like, but then we have to look at our neighbors. Are you breaking up homes? Have they been here over 50 years? Like, there's so many things to look at. So I think it's maybe a matter of finding ways to reconcile both between leniency and non-leniency. What's the word for non-leniency? Strict policies between. I think we have to fluctuate between lenient policies and strict policies, and find a way to not break up homes, not break up families. How do you fix that? How do we solve a problem where people who only been in this country but haven't been documented? How do we solve that problem? That seems like a big problem, but it's like, how do we solve that? So that's a big issue. There's a lot of people who've lived here like their whole life. But I'm like, how do you live here your whole life undocumented? I don't know. Like, cause like, I'm an American citizen. I've been generations been here. So I don't know how to comprehend that one. Like, to me it doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like if you've lived here your whole life, you should have been documented. But is that rude? Is that like closed minded on my part? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Because how do you get a car? How do you get a house? How do you get a job if you don't have documents?
So yeah, it seems like a bigger issue that needs to be tackled, and maybe the U.S. government might be going about it the wrong way. But it's like, how do we start and how do we finish to make it right? I do wonder, like, is there another country that has had this issue, and what did that other country do about it? You know, that's what I'm wondering. Because I'm like, we can't be the first country. Or if we're the first country going through this, that'd be crazy. Okay, Turkey. I mean, I definitely hope like it's solved without war, But I'm just like, I don't know, how do we make it a civil solution? How do we find a civil solution, one that solves the problem without harming people? I know there's always been border patrol. There's always been um, customs. That's what they call them. I think customs at border control at the border. But I think they're trying to make it stricter. They're um, trying to enforce the job more. I guess maybe hire more people there, have stricter rules to pass. Definitely, it's definitely a question that I guess I have because I'm not a big traveler outside of the country. Like I don't go from border to border a lot. I've only gone once and I had no problem, but it was through the proper routes. So I'm not sure in the sense of what's happening here where people are already across the border and they're just not documented or they're not um, legal or they don't have the proper visa, like their visa expired, or I don't know what all the reasons are. I guess it's just that might be why it's so messy because they're already they're already here. So then they're trying to figure out how to enforce it in a mass way. Yeah, it's strange. It's like because it's such a big problem, you can't really have a full opinion. Like I have an opinion against violence. I have an opinion against riots, like how they like to set stuff on fire or whatever to try to make their points. To I have an opinion against like fighting, but it's hard to have an opinion when it comes to the solution because the problem is so big. It's such a big problem that it's hard to find just a solution. I do know that we had programs like 10 years ago. There was like the Dream Act, is what they called it, where they were helping undocumented become documented citizens. But I don't know, like, why haven't they been using that resource, or if that resource is still available? Um, why they didn't find a way to make that resource better used?
It's definitely very trivial if you're trying to be reasonable about it. If you're trying to not be reasonable about it and just form an opinion, then it might not seem trivial. But if you try to look at it from a reasonable standpoint, which is me, like I look at things from a reasonable standpoint, then it makes it trivial because it's like, well, how do we solve this? Because it definitely requires reliance on the general public to comply. And then if those people don't comply, then what's the next reasonable step that doesn't include violence? So I think that's the big issue for politicians. Yeah, I agree with that because, like, there's no perfect individual. So, how can there be a perfect country? And there's probably definitely no perfect way of dealing with the situation, especially if it relies too much on individuals doing the right steps, you know. And if I don't know if the steps are hard, I don't know what detains individuals from following those steps. Yeah, I'm sure there's no one answer to that. It could be money, it could be time, it could be understanding. Maybe they don't understand the process. Especially, I would say, especially if they're born here undocumented, maybe they don't understand the process. I don't understand the process, but I don't necessarily have that problem, you know? Like, I don't have to change countries. And then the US has a pretty good medical system. So I don't know. I guess those who are illegal aren't using the medical system because if you use the medical system, then you can't have undocumented children. They would be born here and they would have documents to prove that. And that could save a lot of them, I think. I do think the good thing is the US isn't killing people like in masses in this situation. They're just deporting them. So I know that doesn't sound nice, but like there is a bright side. They're not killing people. But it is sad. Okay, have a great day, great night. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. It was definitely nice chatting with you as well. Let's see, I have probably one more hour. It's been 2 hours of just undoing my hair. I think I have one more hour to go because it's like a third of my hair left right here. I'm trying to detangle some of it that I untwisted. But there, so some people know how you untwist, but it's still like tangled in a twist to some extent. So I'm untwisting, untangling the untwisted. I'm gonna grab my phone. I just read a meme that says it costs $38 to stay at Circus Circus. Circus Circus is a hotel in Las Vegas. It says, is it as gross as its reputation? I have no idea. I did stay at Circus Circus once in, I want to say 2022. It was like $38. But it was actually nice seeming to me. Like, I've been in some okay hotels and I've been in some really nice hotels. And I would say Circus Circus was okay for the Las Vegas Strip. It didn't seem disgusting. Smoky, yeah, like because the casino downstairs. Of course, it wasn't as nice as MGM, but it was okay for the strip, really. Um, the room was not disgusting. The showers was not disgusting. They had a Target. Was that the one with the Target? I think so. I think it's Circus Circus has a Target. And of course, for me, that was great because Target was one of my stores at that time. Um, so I went. Of course, I went to shop at Target. I don't really do casinos that much, but yeah, it was nice. It wasn't a horrible experience at all. Um, between that and the what's the other one I stayed at? I stayed at the New York hotel. Uh, they were fairly close in that weekend. Like Circus Circus, I wouldn't say it was worse than the New York hotel. It was cheaper by a long shot though, but it was not trashy. Not when I was there. It was better than the hotel I stayed at in Florida. Florida, I stayed at the Hilton. That was a not a good experience. It was very gross. The Hilton. That's so sad because Hilton, the name Hilton, you would think it's supposed to be great, but it was not a great experience. They had roaches in there. Then they moved me to another room, and that room was like full of, I think it was full of smoke or something. Like I couldn't breathe in there. Like I don't know if they Febrezed it down or what. I was like choking every time I went in that room, it was like choking. It was such a bad experience. And then I was like, I can't use these bed sheets. They're covered in smoke or something. So then like the front desk lady, she gave me quarters to wash the bedding myself. It was such an experience. It was like the worst hotel experience I've ever had. And this was Florida. It was in St. Augustine of all places. St. Augustine's really nice as a city, but the Hilton Hotel there, I don't know if any of the other hotels were better because there was like a DoubleTree and there was a Marriott. And Marriott's usually good. I wish I stayed at a Marriott, but a company was paying for me to be there. So if it was my choice, I would have chosen the Marriott. So the company, they paid for Hilton. Yeah, it was just like, it was one of those trips where I did my best not to be at the hotel. Like it was so bad. It was so bad. I don't even know how to explain it because I was like in shock. Like, really? Like a Hilton is this bad? I'm pretty sure there are other bad Hiltons, but I haven't experienced them. Like, I know I've stayed in a Hilton in Texas. I've stayed in a Hilton in Anaheim. I've never had a bad experience like that. Um, that was crazy. I ended up taking the bedding off of the bed, and I did use her quarters and put them in the machine for them to be washed. Um, but I didn't use the bedding. I just stacked it up. Like I was in a room with two beds, so I stacked all the bedding on a different bed. And I use my own bedding. Like when I travel, I take my own sleeping bag and pillow. So I already had my own stuff, which is fine because I wasn't going to use their bedding anyway. But it was just the fact, like, that she literally gave me quarters to wash the bedding. I was like, what? This is ridiculous. I didn't even know how to feel. It was so crazy. That was so crazy. But Las Vegas definitely, Circus wasn't that bad. It's not that bad. The hotel was clean. I think that it was a hotel room that they gave us though, and it was like three girls. So they gave us like I think we had an air mattress or something. And then one of the girls slept on the couch. But yeah, like it wasn't bad at all. It was really cheap. We were just there overnight. We stayed there, I think, 2 nights. So one hotel was the New York. We stayed in first. And then we went to Circus because it was like $30. And it wasn't even bad at all. Like they had really nice restaurants in there. I think they have a smoke-free zone, which is like all of the upstairs, but smoke rises. So I don't know how Las Vegas strip hotels are supposed to filter smoke. I think they have like vents in the ceiling or whatever to try to filter it out to keep it from going upstairs. But you could still smell the smoke upstairs, definitely. I would say that was the only bad thing to me that I could see wrong with the hotel was the smoke from the casino. Like MGM, we also went there. MGM, they have a smoke-free side. Like it's like two buildings, I think, and one of the buildings is smoke-free. But I feel like because it's like a casino, the strip is like smokers and gamblers. Like it's Sin City, right? So even the smoke-free MGM, you could still kind of smell the smoke, and you could feel that the air was cleaner than the other hotels, but it wasn't like smoke-free. That's for sure. It might have been advertised as smoke-free or whatever, but it wasn't because it's on the strip. There's no way. I don't know what the nicest hotel is on the strip. I'm pretty sure I haven't stayed there. It's probably like the Bellagio or something. But MGM was probably the nicest of the three. But look, yeah, I don't think I would stay in like a cheap motel or something in Las Vegas. I'm pretty sure the strip is bad enough. But yeah, Circus is definitely like $30. I think there's another one that's $30 too. I can't remember the name though because I didn't stay there. I definitely want to go back to Florida to do like adventurous stuff. Um, I don't. When I went that time with the Wyatt Hilton Hotel, we went because of a business trip. I think my hair's tangled right here. I think it's just the gel is making it hard.
So I think that my next trip is going to be Hawaii. I need to like do a girls trip maybe. Um, I really want to do Hawaii because I haven't been there yet. It's one of the states I haven't gone to. It's gonna be either Hawaii or I mean I would go back to I would go back to Florida because of the tropicalness. I think I love tropics. I love the tropical weather. Like I've been to Florida more than once. I don't remember what city I was in the first time. I think I was in Orlando or either a city that's adjacent to Orlando, like it touches Orlando. Because I remember I went to Disney World, but I didn't have tickets to get inside the theme park because I was on a business trip then. Um, so I went to Orlando. I don't remember if I was in Orlando or not, but I know we drove up in a Uber to Disney World. And I think if I go back there, I'm going to actually get tickets to Disney World so I can go into the park and just like really have that Disney experience. Because I didn't have a Disney experience that time. It was a work experience, but we saw some really cool things. Like there was an ice house. Um, Keep in mind that Disney's warm and it was like June, I think. I think it was summertime, but it was tropical. So it was like raining every 15 minutes. It would like rain a little. It would be sunny and then it would get back cloudy and be rainy and then it would be sunny and then get back cloudy and be rainy. It was really cool weather to me because I hadn't experienced that before. So we seen an ice house. It was like the whole place was made of ice on the inside, not the outside. So I guess the inside had like freezers to keep the ice cold. I don't really know how that works, but it was cool. It was freezing inside, and everything was made out of ice. The sculptures, whatever, like the walls were covered in ice. Like it was really cool. Like on the inside was like an igloo, I would say, except it was clear ice. It wasn't white ice. Um, and then like the restaurant we went to was like a cabana. And then when I went to Disney World, it like there were some things that were open 24 hours. This was before COVID, of course, because I don't know if there are things still open 24 hours or not, because COVID has changed a lot of business things. But when I went, it was before COVID, so they had like 24-hour dance clubs. Even if nobody was in there, it would still be open playing music or whatever. So it's kind of funny. So we went in there. I think they did karaoke too. There was like a karaoke bar in Disney World. Like this wasn't in the theme park. This is like the downtown Disney World area where you can go for free and go to restaurants or whatever. But it's huge. Like I live near Disneyland, so like Disneyland is nothing compared to Disney World, which is crazy. Because Disneyland is literally just like two theme parks and a downtown Disney, which is like
a city walk. Like Universal has City Walk, like downtown Disneyland is basically another version of City Walk, so it's really small. Downtown Disney World was ginormous, very big. It was like being in its own city. I still got this much hair. Kind of like taking a break. I feel like I can't breathe. I have environmental illness, so there are times when I literally feel like pain shooting through my veins somehow. I don't really know how it works. It might be like an autoimmune thing. It's like the pain shoots through my veins in my neck area, and like my lungs will feel like pain is shooting through like a knife. So it's only almost 4 o'clock here, so it's like a lot of daytime left. I don't know why I'm getting tired. It might be the light. I have light sensitivity. It's part of my environmental illness. I'm going to make another post telling people to follow me on YouTube. I'm going to make a video. It's not that. I don't want that one. Discard. Flip. Okay. Cleaning my camera off. Okay. I'm gonna go make a video real quick on YouTube. The camera looks completely different here. Hi, join me on my YouTube. I am making a live. I'm going to go live daily. Turns out YouTube has no limit on how long your live can be. The longest Guinness record for YouTube live is 700 hours. Or was that 700 days? I think it's 700 days. That was crazy. So anyway, let me actually Google that real quick. Longest YouTube live. Hi, join me on my YouTube. I am making a live. I'm going to go live daily. Turns out YouTube has no limit on how long your live can be. The longest Guinness record for YouTube live is 700 hours. Or was that 700 days? I think it's 700 days. That was crazy. So anyway, let me actually Google that real quick. Longest YouTube live. That was so wrong. Hi, wait a minute. They did the longest YouTube in India. Daily. Turns out YouTube has no limit on how long your live can be. The longest Guinness record for YouTube live is 700 hours. Let me make sure. Guinness. Or was that 700 days? I think it's 700 days. That was crazy. So anyway, let me actually Google that real quick. Longest YouTube live. Okay, it is. Join me on my YouTube. I'm gonna actually just post this as is. That's funny. Turns out YouTube has no. It's 624. The longest Let me see. Record for YouTube live is 700 hours. Okay, I just checked. It is 624 24 hours and 37 minutes and 55 seconds. And that's a Guinness World Record for the longest live stream. That's crazy. So, anyway, I'm going to be doing live streams. I don't know if I'm going to be posting them, but I need to make a lot of subscribers. Please subscribe to me. Please follow me. Please watch me. Please like me. 24 hours and 37 minutes and 55 seconds. And that's a Guinness World Record for the longest live stream. That's crazy. So anyway, I'm going to be doing live streams. I don't know if I'm going to be posting them, but I need to make a lot of subscribers. Please subscribe to me. Please follow me. Please watch me. Please like me. Hi, join me on my YouTube. I'm making a live. I'm going to go live daily. Turns out YouTube has no limit on how long your live can be. The longest Guinness record for YouTube live is 700 hours. Or was that 700 days? I think. Okay, I'm going to post this. Sometimes I literally just watch reels. Some of the people whose reels or shorts that I like to watch are It's Lovely Mimi 27, Raina is Crazy, Hungry for Munchies, Carissa Stevens, and Carissa Eats. And then there's also Shauna Green, and she posts about her baby all the time, her godson. So yeah. Oh, and then Corey B. So I like to watch their reels. And then I just started looking at Yahya Azabi. His reels are crazy. A lot of them are just like staged tantrums, but they're funny to watch. So, yeah. Those are the main ones that I watch right now. I'm going to make another reel in a moment, but I'm going to finish undoing my hair. Okay, let's see. How much more to go? How much more to go? This section left. Might take 30 minutes, might take 45 minutes. It depends. It might be quicker if it's not too tangly. I do need to check my Pokemon Go because I have a new buddy and I need to feed him. I think I only fed him once today. So I need to feed him 2 more times to get his hearts up. And I think I only battled once today. So I need to check and do that. I know I'm like procrastinating on my hair because I've been doing it for a long time and I'm at the point where I'm like taking a break from it because I've been untangling it for so long. So I'm gonna check on Pokemon Go real quick. I don't know. I feel like there is an option where I can put my Pokemon Go on the screen, but I would have to do that from my other computer, not this computer. This computer that I'm on right now is an old computer. If I want to connect my phone to my computer, I would have to use my newer computer. And then I can like play Pokemon Go with my screen on here. So my current Pokemon is Inteleon. That's Inteleon. And I'm just going to feed him. I just need to feed him and battle. I also need like some more gifts so I can stock up. Right now I don't have a Pokestop. Sometimes I live at Pokestops and sometimes when I move there's no Pokestop. So that sucks because like I would prefer to live at a Pokestop. And then I did try to request one that's across the street and they auto denied it because I guess they were having some kind of glitch where they where the computer was automatically denying Pokestops. I'll try again. Um, we'll see how it goes. Right now it has me fighting a poison Pokemon. But I'm using my buddy Inteleon. He has really low CP because I don't have a lot of candy. I'm gonna use fire. The last poison I was fighting was water poison Pokemon. But this one's just poison Pokemon by themselves. Oh, this one's water and grass, so that's easy to beat. I feel like if it's water and poison, it's harder to beat because you have to find the right combo. You can't use grass against poison, but you can use grass against water. So if it's both,
It's like you had to find the right Pokemon to use. But yeah, now of course that was easy to beat because it was just a rocket grunt. Finally, he kept jumping out. So now I just need to feed my Betty one more time and battle one more time. And for the most part, that's probably going to be the only cards I get today. So, oh shoot. You know, I have a task. I'm doing the task to catch the 15 a day Pokemon. So I need to complete that. But one of the crazy things right now is that Pokemon aren't popping up in the wild because I'm like, I don't live near a Pokestop. It's easier to get Pokemon to pop up if you're at a Pokestop. So I'm gonna try again to get this Pokestop across the street up. I'm gonna request that, but I'm hoping somebody else requested too because like there should be I feel like there should be a Pokestop at this corner because most places have a Pokestop at like a main sign or something, and there is a main sign across the street. So if I get a Pokestop there, it's gonna be easier to catch Pokemon. So like right now I've only caught 6. I have 6 Pokemon for out of the 15, and that's bad. But I'm doing actually pretty well on this overall. I'm on ranked, or let me see what it's called. I'm on tier 2, but I think I'm almost done. Am I? Okay, maybe I'm not. I am on 52. But I know if I was catching more Pokemon today, I would be probably like at 54 or something. So I'm going to try to complete this task. I've been completing the task daily, but today I haven't really been on. So I need to, out of the weekly tasks, I don't know when the week starts over, but I need to finish a raid. So I need a raid invite so that I can complete that raid. I guess I could do a remote raid, but I'm trying to find a shadow Pokemon raid because I have a task. I have a different task in the special research to complete 5 shadow raids for the striking shadow raid. So I need to complete that. And because I have those 2 raid tasks, I need to find the shadow raid to do. I think that it starts over on Monday, but I'm not sure. But yeah, like there's no shadow Pokemon right now. So I'm gonna make a request in my group. I'm in a gaming group. I'm gonna request on there. I need an invite to a legendary shadow raid. Let me know, please. Okay. I am going to take a quick break, then come back. It'll still be rolling. I don't know if I'm gonna upload this, as I said before. We'll see how well it uploads. I'll try, but because it's a long video, it might take a long time to upload, or it might not upload because this is an older computer. I have high speed internet though, so it might work and it might not. We'll see. I am back. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna finish taking my hair down. I think I'm ready to get the show on the road. I should probably grab something to drink real quick though. Okay. Now I got some water. Oops, I need to finish doing this. Just a little more left. Hoping that it is quick. Well, I'm hoping that it doesn't take more than 30 minutes to finish. But we'll see, because it really got tangled this time. I think sleeping with a bonnet helps keep the hair from tangling. But it's summertime, so I wasn't really sleeping with the bonnet on. Definitely when I sleep without a bonnet on, the twists get tangly. Like all the frizzies or whatever you want to call it, any of the flyaways, they're the ones that cause the tangling. I think when I sleep with a bonnet, it the frizzies don't tangle. Section's fairly tangled. And I'm bleeding and I'm bleeding and I'm bleeding. I'm not sure how that not sure how the algorithm works, so I'll try not to sing. But I like songs. I actually have a lot of songs that I have copywritten myself, so I can just sing now. So this weekend I might do a live going out, like either to the mall or to a local place. I won't be advertising for people like businesses, but I definitely will like show stuff, you know? Like I don't if they allow like cameras, of course. Like a lot of times when I do reels, I'll like film something and then I'll be done. So I might have to just do short stuff like that where it's not live. Yeah. But it'll be on the phone, so it might not be that uh bad. I don't know. But definitely probably won't say like where I am. Cause I'm not sure. Like it might it might like trigger them or something. Like the algorithm might be like so and so's talking about you, and then I'll have to be like, oops. Well, we'll see. I think it'd be fun. Um, Definitely playing like Pokemon Go will be fun if I can figure out connecting it It's a little tangled. Okay, there we go. Right before long. I try not to be too rough because it will break off the ends, and I don't want to break off the ends. Usually I can undo this without breaking. But also, usually I sleep with a bonnet on, and I haven't done that this time. So it's like way tangle. It's just like it's summertime, so like sleeping with the bonnet is not ideal, but I guess it has to be. Hmm, this one's really tingly. Hmm. I'm close to done, I think. So now I'm scooting up, changing positions a little. It's like the flyaways are very tangly. Switching the positions by you. I just want this to be done. We're on 3 hours and 19 minutes. Close, close. Almost untangling this one. Okay. Just a few more. don't know if I can, like, edit this down. I might be able to. Like, just edit it down to, like, the good parts where I was actually saying something, but we will see. There's an edit button. I don't know what the edit button's for. I'm gonna find out. I want to ride. Cali, here we come. Okay. Like some of the ends get so tangled. And the key is to not break it when detangling. Kind of worked. Switching the positions for you. This one's tangled. It's undone, but it's tangled. That's not fun. Okay. Now that it got softer, it's like I put water. So the water finally penetrated through the gel. Okay. Maybe I should have made my hair soft with water before I started doing this. Probably. I don't. I think I thought it was going to be easier just to do it dry, but no. Like, because when I put water, the gel gets really soft, which I do it daily though, like in the morning time, especially if I'm going to go out somewhere. I'll put water on top of the gel And it'll make it really soft, and my hair stays soft for hours, and then it hardens back up. It does dilute the gel a little bit, but for the most part, it doesn't dilute it too much to where the gel's not in your hair anymore. But it does dilute the top layer, definitely. I think that's also why it's more tangly on the top layer, because that's where the flyaways are. Okay. Every time I grab this, I'm like, it's almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I think there's 7 more to go. And it took longer than I anticipated. Even when I said probably 45 minutes, I think we're at the 45-minute mark. Maybe like 55 minutes now. I'm not sure. Oh, that one came out easy. Good one. Okay. If I put water on this, it'll just, I know it's going to detangle, but I don't want to saturate my hair because it's so late in the day. I don't want to sleep with wet hair. Switching the positions for you. Okay. Another end. That's tangled. Hope I didn't rip it all up. This part's really naughty. Really naughty. Might, okay. I think it's coming out without ripping. Good, good. Good, good, good. It came undone. Six more. Do you think we're... I keep wanting to sing, but I know the rule is no singing. And almost done here. Almost done. Almost done. Just gotta make sure I detangle. I think I have 5 more to detangle. It's like the ends. They all seem like they almost dread it or something. I think it's just from the friction, especially of not sleeping with the bonnet on. Okay, yay. There's a lot of gel in this one. That's why it's so hard to get out. Because the gel is holding on. Holding on. Talk to me. Ooh, talk to me. Do you think you're better off? Okay, let's see how many more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it seems like it's already done. So 3 more. I'm gonna put a lot of water on these to try to break them up, break up that gel so it's easier to get out. So while I'm doing one, the other 2 can be kind of breaking down the gel. I'm not sure what the sound sounds like because I'm just using computer audio. I'm pretty sure it's catching like the outdoor noise, the cars going by, the motorcycles, the buses, all the city transpo. Oof. Talk to me. Ooh, talk to me. Okay, that one came out kind of easy. I just gotta kind of detangle. And you're so crazy. Okay, I think I have two more. I think I have a little tiny one. That doesn't really count, I guess. It came out so easy. But there's still two more real ones. I'm not sure if this is one of them. I got lost. Okay, let's see. There's one for sure. I think this is the other one. Okay. And if not, if there is one more in the weeds here, I'll find it when I wash my hair. Then all the gel will dissolve. Yeah, I think there's just this one left, which is cool to be finally almost done. Okay. Talk to me. Ooh. Some angles are so like bad angles because like I have deep laugh lines. I've had them for a long time. Okay. It's like it's undone, but it's tangled.
Okay.
Come on, Dawn. Okay, that worked. All right, well, here is my tangles. I think we will be done for today. There is no 700-hour live stream today. I have to calculate that and see just how long is this 700-hour live stream. Let's see what it says. Okay, so the longest live stream was 624 hours. Oh, shoot. $624. Was that what it was? 624 divided by 24 is 26 days. They didn't go a whole month. Interesting. So, say I wanted to go 31 days, that would be 744 hours. It'd be crazy. Okay, now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to share my YouTube. How do I share? Let's see. Copy. Discord, yes. I'm gonna make one more reel for today, and then I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna see if I can edit this at all. Okay, reel, camera. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. Looks not too bad, I guess. I don't know. Let me put it in front of my face. I like that. Okay. Hi, everybody. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I did a 3-hour and 47-minute live just now while I was taking my hair down. That's how long it took me to take my hair down. And I literally had some good conversations. Someone was in my chat and they were asking me questions about like global things. And we talked about like politics, and we talked about religion. That's what he was wanting to talk about. So I was like, yeah, let's talk about it. And it actually went really well. I was kind of surprised. But yeah, so if you want to check in on my YouTube, check me out tomorrow. I will go live again doing something random. It's nothing great, but something random. I am trying to build 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe. Thank you. Hey, everybody, subscribe. Okay, so I'm gonna post that.
Well, that is pretty much it for today. I'm going to edit this and see if I can edit it down to like the most talking points and take out the parts where I wasn't talking at all. I am hoping that it works out. Thank you. Let me see. I'm gonna click edit. Have a great day.